Behind the rapidly growing urbanization and the progressive world of infrastructure development, the construction industry lays the basis for a world newer and stronger. From commercial to housing to the infrastructure sector, trustworthy building materials and fittings brands are the key to building a new India. In the best interest of the Indian construction and ancillary industries, The Economic Times brought out the Economic Times Best Building Materials and Fitting Brands 2022, a mega event that was aimed to recognize and honor the best brands from the sector to create a niche for themselves. Here are a few glimpses of the event. The Economic Times Best Building Materials and Fittings Brands 2022 kicked off with a lamp lighting ceremony by Gudivada Amarnath, Minister of Industries, Infrastructure, Investment and IT and Handlooms and Textiles, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Dr. Anil Kumar Jain, IAS, Ministry of Coal and Mines, Government of India. Shri Gopal Kabra, Managing Director and Group President, RR Global. And Rahul Kamath, Editor, B2B Division, Worldwide Media, Times of India Group.
The value of coal production just in this year, FY 21 to 22, has increased by about 8.5%, which is a big change. 8.5% from a mineral mine is a very big change. But now the reforms have come into motion. This year, 22-23, we are expecting almost a 15% improvement, 15% increase in the production of coal in the country. So last year, you had 8.5, followed by 15%. So I have a feeling that many of you here may be, discussing or affected by the rise in coal prices internationally. But I'm happy to say that in the coming 1 or 2 years, India will have sufficient coal. As regards the minerals go, last year, the value of minerals produced in the country, minerals it is not possible to give you tonnage because there are different kinds of minerals. The value of the minerals is a good measure, grew by 23%. So this is the kind of impact that we have had in the mineral sector. So one thing which immediately comes to mind is that when you open up so many mines, then there is an adverse impact on the climate, on the ground conditions, to the people, especially because most of the minerals lie in some restricted pockets, let's say Odisha, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. So we have to be careful about the sustainability part. I must very quickly add that the environmental provisions have only been strengthened over here, over the years. The process of getting the environment clearance, the government is constantly trying to make it user-friendly. But the regime as to emissions, may be solid particulate or water or forest, they have not been diluted. So that is something which I wanted to add. Lastly, for the private sector, because I see lots of participants from the private sector, the government, you might have heard, has launched some kind of a monetization program in which the government is allowing private sector to take over assets which are owned by our public sector and our ministries, so that private capital can be attracted and there are good business opportunities. So minerals and coal have been one of the top performers last year, again this year, because these mines which are being given away in the private sector are very good opportunities for the private sector. And if some of you are keen to get into this business, earlier we used to give away mines of 20 million tons, 30 million tons. Nowadays, mines of 1 million ton, 500,000 ton, 5 lakh tons, 7 lakh tons are also very good business, and we are offering coal mines of small sizes to large sizes. So the environment for investment in the coal and the general mining sector is now very good. So I do hope that either you get into this activity or from others, the availability of minerals and coal in the country is going to increase, and for the construction industry, this is going to be good news.
During the day, the cover of the coffee table book of the Economic Times Best Brands in Building Materials and Fittings 2022 was unveiled. various brands that were recognized under the category of the Economic Times Best Brands in Building Materials and Fittings 2022 were Asahi India Glass Limited, Encraft India Private Limited, Godrej and Boyce, Haffel India Private Limited, Gitply Industries Limited, Orient Bell Limited, RDC Concrete India Private Limited, RR Kabel Limited, Somani Ceramics Limited, TK Elevator India Private Limited, Ultratech Cement Limited, Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari graced the occasion and gave a special address.
In Indian scenario, our Prime Minister dream is to make Indian economy of $5 trillion and Atmanirbhar Bharat. For that reason, we need to have more export. And presently, the logistic cost particularly in our country is 15 to 16%. And it is to be, actually in China it is 8 to 10%. USA and European countries it is 12%. And India it is 15 to 16% of the GDP. So this is the time which is very important for our trade and business and industry, that how we are going to reduce our logistic cost. And that is one of the reasons that we need to develop new roads. We need to develop waterways. We need to develop new airports. And we have to change lot of things related with the logistics. We have got a huge potential. Some multimodal logistic parts already in our plan. We are now planning to start, some of the works already started, and by which we can reduce the cost. So there is a huge potential in India, because already the Prime Minister's plan is in Gati Shakti that we need a lot of investment in infrastructure, water, power, transport, communication, railway, airports, shipping, everywhere there is a success story. And India is a successful example for the world. We are the fastest growing economy and we are number 5 as far as the economy is concerned. So I feel that here is a golden opportunity for investment. The economic viability is good, and 100%, the people like you, 100% they will be responsible for that.
bid to encourage and recognize the stalwart companies and individuals of the infrastructure and construction sector did not end here. The 7th Economic Times Infra Focus Awards 2022 were next in line. Various companies, Indian states and entities felicitated under the 7th Economic Times Infra Focus Awards 2022 were: as the Future Infrastructure Leader of the Year, Hardik Agarwal, Director Dinesh Chandra R. Agarwal Infracon Private Limited was felicitated. As the Emerging Infratech Company of the Year, Infra.Market was recognized. As the Woman Achiever in Infrastructure Sector, Alka Upadhyay, Chairperson, National Highways Authority of India, was felicitated. For an outstanding contribution in port-led infrastructure projects, Andhra Pradesh was recognized and felicitated. For an outstanding performance in the infrastructure sector, overall in the state category, Maharashtra was recognized. The Lifetime Achievement of the Year award. The recognition was bestowed on Dr. Mangu Singh, former Managing Director, Delhi Metro Rail Corporation. As the most admired central entity promoting PPP roads, National Highways Authority of India was felicitated. As the most admired central entity promoting PPP ports, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority was recognized. As the most admired central entity promoting PPP railways, Dedicated Freight Corridor Corporation of India was honoured. As the most admired state entity promoting smart cities, Bhubaneswar Smart City Limited was recognized. Gopal Kabra, Managing Director and Group President RR Global, who is a renowned name in the manufacturing industry, shared his insights of the construction industry in a quick discussion.
Thank you so much, Shri Gopal Kabra ji. Shri Gopal Kabra is MD and Group President RR Cable. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Kabra, congratulations on winning the Economic Times Best Brands in Building Material and Fittings.
Thank you.
And also on the acquisition of Luminous Power's home electrical business. So could you let us know more about this development?
See, basically, like we are into wire and cable, and then we are into fan, lighting, switches for a long time. To scale up, we acquired the luminous HEG business. Because of this, we got a new network, new team, and they got a very good factory, and innovation team is very good. So that's the reason that we acquired this company.
Okay. So is that the only reason, or I mean, is it a plan of your diversified business?
No, it's a diversified. Already we are into this business, but this is additional. We become a volume. See, this business, like if you want to be in top 5 or top 10, so you need some acquisition. Right. Like in wire and cable, we are in top 4 in India.
Right.
So in this business, also we want to grow. So we want to grow faster. We acquire this company.
Right. RL Cable is a part of RR Global, US dollar 12.5 billion company in the electrical sector with a presence across 85 countries globally. Could you tell us how this acquisition, this particular acquisition, will further consolidate your position in the global market along with your previous acquisitions too?
See, this will help us mainly we acquire for the local business and export also. Luminous, they have a more premium range, and RR we had a regular range. So we ultimately, if you want to grow your company very well. So today people are shifting from economical range to premium range in each and every sector, whether it's housing sector or any sector. So this is the reason we wanted, this range was missing in our basket. So this will help us to grow much more faster.
How are the present energy trends impacting the demand for green or sustainable energy in terms of wires and cables in India? And what kind of measures are in place to ensure safety through cables and wires?
See, basically demand is very good. We have seen that housing demand, which is a lifetime highest, is going on. Especially look into like a place like Bombay, for example. Almost they are selling 11,000 flats per month. For 14 months, last 14 months, it continues happening. Right. Even I was in Indore last week, so Indore also demand is. People have realized in COVID time that what is the real need of house. So people gone for housing. Right. Then people thought commercial will not go well. Mall will never open in life. So we are seeing that in mall also there is a huge expansion in mall. Correct. And tremendous lot of malls are coming. Then same way the people are acquiring more in office. All big companies, they are taking on lease on 1 lakh square feet, 2 lakh square feet, Amazon. Then now it's a logistic. Right. So logistic, after this GST, see logistic has become new market. So it's a real estate. Again, it will go for wire and cable demand will be there. Right. Same way the data center now. It was not there before 10 years. Or maybe it is in a small way. Our government policy data has to be local. So a lot of data centers is coming. Many ports are coming, airports are coming. So infra and real estate, both are doing very well. So wire and cable demand is very good.
So logistic, you mean to say warehousing?
Warehousing, yeah.
Okay, all right. Sir, how imperative is safety when we talk about the wires and cable category? Oh. Are the wires and cable used in India as per the global standard?
No, not at all. That's a big challenge. So people, I'm called as like a brand ambassador of electrical safety. So each and every platform I try to use this message. See, basically we need to understand that we are much behind the global standard. The reason is not that we cannot make. Like say our company, we are the largest cable exporter from India. We are the only company in the world which got 33 international approved single factory. But people are not ready to change. We need to understand that the law which made in India was a different era. Like ease of doing business, government is changing every law. Supreme Court is also looking for the change few laws. Income tax they are looking. Same way there is a time has come now, India should look into, see for electric industries, Europe is the best benchmark. Because all the big cable companies are from Europe. All the electrical companies like Schneider, Siemens, ABB, Philips, all are from Europe. So what they do, we should follow. Now, for example, this house wire, I took building wire, first phase. It was reserved for small scale industries. So one company started with flexible wire, others follows. Then we got a, but people are not ready to change. There should not be any use of PVC, in fact, in anywhere in the world. So PVC is the most dangerous, if this place if you look into, the PVC is the most dangerous. So then we say FRS. FRS wire is nowhere in the world. Flexible wire is nowhere in the world. It's only India innovation. So like we export to UK, 18 countries only house wire. Previously we used to supply 1 container halogen-free wire, 17 PVC. Today out of 18, 14 we are supplying LOSH, halogen-free wire, and 4 PVC. This kind of fast growth they are changing. So globally in commercial building, high-rise building, any restaurant, banks where people are more there. No, I was in Denmark last month. In Sweden, if you make even flat, ground plus 1 year selling, you cannot use PVC wire. Okay. Because this is unsafe. See, people don't die because of fire. People die because of smoke. So PVC is smoke. So this is the biggest challenge of house wire. Then second challenge, the 3 sector I'll cover, then solar cable. our Prime Minister is behind green energy. India is growing fastest in the world for solar power, right? But none of the people, they are using appropriate solar cable.
Moving ahead, what are the products that RR Cable wants to bring it to India?
So we are into wire and cable, then many more electrical products, unless and until we don't decide or we don't bring, we cannot announce. But then yesterday also, we made some small acquisition, let all formality go on, then we'll announce you within 2-3 months. But I can assure that every 6 months, we'll bring some new product. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Kabra.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With the awards and felicitations concluding the Economic Times Best Building Materials and Fittings Brands 2022, Ranjan Haldar, DGM B2B Division Worldwide Media, Times of India Group delivered a vote of thanks.
Wow. Great evening. A very good evening to you all. My heartfelt congratulations to all those who are taking home a trophy this evening. You truly deserve it, friends. What a grand evening this has been. It started off with the celebration of Excellence in Infra Project Award and has culminated with the felicitation of the best brand in the building materials and fittings industry. Indeed, at the Economic Times Infra Focus Summit and Awards, we have intended to bring together the finest of the entire infra value chain under one roof. And I'm happy to say that we have been successful in achieving that. This evening substantially prove what entrepreneur par excellence Richard Branson has said. The brands that will thrive in the coming years are the ones that have a purpose beyond profit. You all are shining example of this thought. The Economic Times Infra Focus Summit and Awards will only enhance the ambitious project of our Honorable Prime Minister, PM Gati Shakti and National Logistic Policy. Friends, the success of this evening would not have been possible without the engagement and support of each one of you. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to all our best brand, our partners, as well as the winner of the Infra trophies. You make our journey meaningful and worthwhile. Thanks you very much and enjoy the evening ahead. Thank you. Thank you.
With this, the Economic Times Best Building Materials and Fittings Brands 2022 brought together the key players from the Indian building material industry by analyzing their performance on the basis of their offerings, market presence and brand recall.